In round 2 of Big Bend, we have a few more Texas-sized adventures and continue to be blown away by this national park.
Another sunny day here at Big Bend. Today we've come over to the east side of the park and we're at the Rio Grande Overlook. So we're going to stop and see the river. And we have something kind of unexpected planned for today. We didn't know this, but there is actually a port of entry station on this side of the park where you can basically row across the river into Mexico. And there is a small village there called Boquillas, and it's a village of about 100 people, and they have a couple of restaurants that you can visit. We have never been to Mexico, but this is kind of an opportunity that we feel like we need to take. Thankfully, we have our passports with us, and so we'll hope for an interesting, fun day.
Imagine falling into that.
That would not feel good, would it?
No.
The Boquillas Canyon Trail follows the Rio Grande River, and early in the morning we pretty much had the place to ourselves, except for this little roadrunner. Although it gets fewer visitors than the Santa Elena Canyon on the west side of the park, Boquillas Canyon is just as beautiful. The walls soar 1,200 feet above the river, and we love seeing the reflection of the canyon in the water.
I'm starting to get a bit hungry. Let's say we go to Mexico and get lunch.
Tacos!
Tacos!
This U.S. port of entry is only open certain days during the week and closes by 4 p.m. So be sure you're on time or you'll be spending the night south of the border.
We're going to Mexico!
Hola! Wow, we were not expecting to come to Mexico on this trip.
No.
But we heard that it was safe and it's a really popular thing actually.
There are a lot of people here doing this. I'm surprised at the number of people. So you basically pay $5 a person to get rowed across the Rio Grande. It takes, what, 30 seconds?
About that. They don't even paddle. The guy just wades and pulls your boat across the river. You have an option too. You can take a vehicle into town for $10 a person. You can ride a burro into town for $10 a person, or you can ride a horse for $15 a person. But being that we are our frugal selves, even in Mexico, we just opted to walk. It's only about a 3/4 mile walk into town. With the money we save, we're gonna get some good tacos.
The small village of Boquillas del Carmen relies heavily on tourism from visitors to Big Bend. Locals make and sell colorful souvenirs like clothing, jewelry, pottery, and beadwork. Jose Falcon is one of 2 restaurants in town with a nice view overlooking the Rio Grande and the Sierra del Carmen mountains. The children in town sell homemade bracelets, and Kaylee wanted to buy one to support their work.
How are the tacos?
I did.
Tortillas look yummy.
This chili relleno is the best I've ever had. It's got a good spiciness to it, but it's not too hot. So good.
And my tamales are fabulous.
So what's the verdict on the sopapilla?
10,000 thumbs up.
I seriously am about to swallow my tongue. The flavors are just, so good.
People have been here from literally all over the world, but nobody's been here from Spokane. So, there we go. Cool. I feel kind of cheated though. I haven't heard it go me.
I think that's just.
What in the world?
Dad joke. Crossing the Rio Grande.
Okay.
The mighty Rio Grande.
Yeah.
Some people are wading across.
People who swam across it to get across the border, but I want to stay dry. Goodbye, Mexico.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mexico.
On the morning of our last day, we headed to the Chisos Mountains, the only mountain range completely contained in a single national park. Because of their high elevation, these mountains receive double the rainfall and are much cooler than the surrounding area. As a result, there are many plants here that aren't found nearby, including the southernmost aspens in the lower 48.
Well, I think we've saved the best for last. It is a gorgeous morning. There are a few clouds in the sky, but still a lot of blue. It's about 52 degrees up here. The highest peak here, Emery Peak, is 7,825 feet. The views of the rocks are just incredible, and we're on Lost Mine Trail, and we were very, very thankful that we were able to get parking. We were about 9:15 getting up here, and we had heard people say, if you don't get here by 7, you're not gonna get to park. But the Lord blessed us to be able to find some parking, and we're very thankful to be out here on such a gorgeous day and hopefully get to share some of this journey with you. So thanks for coming along.
This heavily used trail is fairly challenging at 5 miles round trip with 1,100 feet of elevation gain.
You always like to film me going uphill when I'm struggling.
About 80% of Big Bend is dominated by the dry, cactus-filled landscape of the Chihuahuan Desert. But the panoramic views of these mountains, valleys, and forest revealed a very different side of Big Bend. Even though so much of Texas is pretty flat, this place made us feel like we were on top of the world.
This hike has been amazing. It's definitely hard because it's all the elevation, but look over there. That's just amazing. And a bread saucy, of course.
By far the best hike in this park. If you can do it, totally worth it. Start early, bring lots of water. Just soak it in. It's awesome.
This has been a spectacular hike. Certainly our favorite in the park. Partly because we're very partial to mountains. As you probably know if you've been watching our channel, we love mountains. It's been incredible. The weather has been perfect. It's a little warm now in the sun, but in the shade, it's just beautiful. But now we're having to really hoof it to get back to the truck so we can get back down to the Chisos Visitor Center because nature is calling, if you know what I mean.
We finished our day at the Chisos Mountain Visitor Center, where Kaylee added a badge to her Junior Ranger collection, and we strolled down the Window View Trail to soak in one last view of the park.
What is it, Kate? It's a baby cactus. It's so cute.
Can you imagine being here when it's like 120?
Yep.
No.
The time we spent in Big Bend and Terlingua far exceeded our expectations. There is so much geographical diversity in this underrated and breathtaking area of Texas, and we hope to return someday. Join us down the road as we check out 3 more national parks: Guadalupe Mountains, Carlsbad Caverns, and White Sands. And until next time, enjoy your journey.